Because of the breadth of emission sources, climate change can't be solved by one single innovation. It's not like the pandemic where the vaccine is the miracle.
COVID has really been a wake-up to everyone, but it is so related with climate.
Even 5 years ago, when they gave more airtime to asking about ESG and climate questions, you knew full well they're going through the motion. That has changed big time.
How do we make sure that the climate-related spending is not just another cynical transfer of public money to consultants, lawyers, and private companies?
We need to measure, we need to rate, we need to understand exactly on a granular and standardized basis who is doing what in what sectors.
The physical changes that we may see with climate change are more permanent. We don't have a Federal Reserve to stabilize the world like in the 5 or 6 financial crises that occurred during my 40 years in finance.
The asset management funds that we're now talking about taking the lead are major investors in fossil fuels. Money, is the fuel on which the fire of global warming burns, and that money is coming from Wall Street.
We've been following Rio Tinto and the Duke and Gorge destruction. Is it better for ESG-minded investors like yourselves to remain engaged and invested in those sectors?
We shut the door if we can't impact change that improves ESG. And we think no company can survive and thrive in the long term if they are not considering their impacts on the environment.
China is the most important EV market and will continue to be. In China, it's always very important that you have partners who support you from a policy side.
While electrification is going on, it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to be a process. It's going to take time for this nation to really go electric.
These high-quality, sustainably produced tomatoes are the first of their kind in the Middle East. They can be produced all year round.
Solving heat and humidity to make food production within 2,000 miles of the equator both possible and economic is really quite disruptive.
Amidst all of those structural issues, you are trying to change the company. Are investors ready for that journey?
Our shareholders are actually incredibly supportive of the direction of travel, but obviously they want to see delivery, they want to see action, and that's what we're focused on.
Do you feel, Robert, about launching this coalition will raise awareness, but also invest in companies that really will address these issues through tech?
Having occasionally fallen prey to the limousine liberal, we're just going to say, can you believe how we're destroying our planet? These petrochemical companies, how do we assist them and transitioning out of what has been their infrastructure?
Where are we compared with where you hoped we would be back then in 2015?
COP26 in Glasgow will be defining. The world will agree on the 2050 target. I'm optimistic because of the young people shouting and screaming for it. The cost of inaction now is higher than the cost of action.
There are many really good alternative possibilities out there, and some very real right now, like renewables, wind and solar, some of the fastest growing jobs in the United States of America.